Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very, very special how-to video. Yep, this is how to change the oil in your car. Oh, no, just kidding. It's how to Pinterest, hence our fancy graphics. Woo! With me today is Angela. Angela is part of the social media team from the lifeguards in the Thrifting Board. A couple of them make up the social media team. And what's that mean? Well, that means that the best way to get people to notice your stuff in the year of the 2020 is to use social media to push it out there, because your stuff will be seen by people who are in your circle, so to speak. But when you start helping each other, so I'll share Angela's stuff because my people don't know Angela. Some might. And then someone else shares my stuff and gets to their people. So they tell two people and they tell two people, and so on and so forth. So that's why you want to use social media, and Pinterest is a great way to do that. I have been hesitant to get it done because no reason. I just been busy for the last 8 years. So Angela's like, we're making a video, we're doing a how-to, and we're getting everyone else going, because Angela figured if she can get me going and I do it, then everyone else will jump in. So
exactly. And it's something that's much easier to show than to try to explain with my words in a message. It's just, and once you see it, you'll be like, oh, that's a piece of cake. Anybody can do that. If I can figure it out, because I'm real techie.
All right. So in the barest essence, what is Pinterest for those who have not a clue?
Pinterest is a virtual bulletin board. Like back in the day, my mom always had a bulletin board in the kitchen. She would have recipes tacked on it, my school schedule, appointments, all that kind of stuff went on a bulletin board. These are literally bulletin boards where you just pin different ideas. Say you're planning a wedding, or you are redecorating a room in your house, or you are on a new diet and you're looking for special recipes. You can create a board and then go through and save anything from anywhere on the internet. Most people pin from within Pinterest, but you can also go to other websites. And once you've created your account and added the Chrome extension on your computer, it will allow you to create a pin from any image, and it will save the link and take it with it. And you can add anything. So say I'm on like a Weight Watchers website, I can pin a photo and it'll grab it and bring it over, and it'll link it back to the Weight Watchers website. So it's not like I'm stealing their stuff. I'm just pinning it so I can use it for future use.
Yeah, and this is already my Pinterest feed. So as you can see, there's dog things, tiki things, cassette things, CD things. So it's what you would expect. Oh, look at that cool tiki bar. Wow. That's awesome.
It's a boomerang.
Down the rabbit hole.
Nice. It's a rabbit hole.
Yeah. And so here's what would be in my feed, because these are the things in previous time I said, hey, I'm into tiki, I'm into music, I'm into dogs, things like that. So yours will be different.
Mine are way different. Yeah.
But today we're going to show you how to use it, how to create a board, how to pin, and that's it, really. That's
yep.
All right, what's the first thing we're going to have them do, or actually have me do? I'm your guinea pig. So for those of you watching, just follow along. I'm following along.
We can skip the first step with you because you already have an account. And here's the lowdown. If the first step is to create an account, and if you are selling online, you can create a Pinterest account. I'm not going to dumb it down for it. It's just what it is. You sign in, you choose your name. People will ask, do I want to do it as a business, or do I want to do it as personal? For the purposes of what we're doing in the Thrifting Board and what I do, just keep it personal. We'll get into how to keep your other stuff private later. But just be a personal account is fine. Unless you're a person that's creating your own product, or you have a private label and you want to establish something that you would actually be promoting and selling through Pinterest. And that's like, there's always going to be some way high level of stuff. And we're not there. We're just going to go.
Yeah, this is just 101.
Yep. 101 personal account.
All right. So what's the first thing now that I already have my thing? So what's the first thing you want me to do?
I would suggest that, first of all, when they're signing up for Pinterest, do it on a computer, because it's going to prompt you to add on that Chrome extension.
And I think this is the Chrome extension right out here, right? This plus button.
Mine is a little. Yep.
All right.
That's
So
a pin button.
let's get our browser button.
Okay.
And then, so I'm just going to click add it to Chrome. Now, of course, this might seem a little redundant. You have to be using Chrome in order to add a Chrome extension.
It won't work with Firefox.
Add extension.
And I think that's where part of our problems or the confusion comes in with folks within the group when we're doing these exercises.
Yep. And then let me take the little P in the upper corner that I added up there for just this video. And you can see here's the Pinterest button in the Chrome extension right there.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So we're back to Pinterest. Let me get rid of that. Okay. So I got the button. Now what's the next thing you would like me to do?
Okay. Pinterest, I'm going to tell you, Pinterest, as a new person, they're going to give you a few starter boards, like for the home, my style, recipes, that kind of thing. You can go in and start creating your own boards. Boards can be set to public or to private. I have some things on there that I don't think are really of interest to anybody else. It was just like personal stuff for my wedding or my son's wedding, that kind of thing. But all of your boards related to reselling, they need to be set to public. There's no point in pinning them if nobody can see them.
Yeah.
Now, Jason has already established a board for his platform. Tiki Pug Music is what no, you haven't. We're going to set you up and you're going to create a board for Tiki Pug Music. That is your store name on eBay.
Yep. All right. So here's my little name up here. So I'm going to click on that.
Yep.
And then I'm going to click on the plus to start a new board.
Exactly.
And create board. So Tiki Pug Music.
Yep.
Voila. That's
okay.
Easy.
Now go ahead and click create.
Okay.
Now, could you? It's making some suggestions. There's your mug. Your mug and the other mugs. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay,
go
ahead.
That's my Tiki Pug Music logo right there. My old one.
Okay. That's cute. See, so, it's already sensing. It's figuring out what you like.
There's my new one. That's the one Nadine created.
I love that. That's so cool.
Which is actually my buddy Doug, who designed our home bar logo. That's one of his pieces of art. Because of him staying at our house, he created the pug in the tiki mug. So
that's too cute.
So there we go. And then Nay added my logo over top of it. All right, there we go.
Okay. Go ahead and tell it you're done there. Now go up and click on the pencil.
Okay, a little pencil right there.
Because we're going to edit some information.
Okay.
It's going to ask for a description. What's this board about?
Me and my stuff.
No. Okay. What you want to fit there is
not good.
online reseller, anything for home, tiki, and just here's where you start, just hashtag it.
Yeah. Oops. Specializing
in hashtag tiki, hashtag vintage denim,
I'm actually going to write the hashtag then, okay?
I actually do, yeah. Okay. Tiki mugs, music, media, CDs, Levi's, vintage denim. I don't know. What do you sell, man?
I'm getting
some stuff. Yeah. So, and you don't have to do every single thing. Yeah, I put in like women's fashion, men's fashion, costume jewelry. Okay, that's good.
I'm not done yet.
You're an overachiever. You can go back and edit these later.
Okay. But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more. Okay, what kind of board is this? On the next click down.
Ooh, architecture.
Drop down. Sure. Yes, it's architecture. There should be one for just as products. And for this board, I would use products. Okay. They do have other categories like women's fashion, men's fashion. That'll be more for the boards we're going to get into in a minute. And if you want to change your cover photo, that's what you do in the next section. So you could say, boom, I want that to be my cover photo. Save it. And now we get to see that. I created a board the other day. Didn't realize when I'd shared it that when I did my photos for my listing, I didn't look at the pictures and I'd only grabbed the last picture. So my cover photo for this new board was a picture of a tag, which told me I need to go back to eBay and get that fixed right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So just save at this point.
Yes. Now the invite thing there is if you wanted somebody else to be able to share to your boards with you, and we can
like if my assistant's working on my computer and she's logged in as her, she could save stuff to my board for me?
She can. Yeah.
Okay.
If she's listing, yeah, you can send her a Pinterest invite. It's going to send her an email. She just has to accept. And then the two of you could be on the same board.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I forget that other people just Russ and I, we just know each other's stuff. Because
you're married.
I don't have an assistant anymore. She's gone. All right. So now that you've created your first board,
okay,
this is for your store. I go through and I also create boards for the categories within my store.
Okay.
I sell, I do, one of mine is capes, coats, and jackets. I have denim. I have vintage denim.
Wait a minute. How many capes do you find and sell?
I found several.
What?
Like the vintage women's capes.
Wow. Yeah. I'm enthralled by that, but I won't go to, I think I turn, but I'm like, you have a whole thing for capes?
Well, I added capes because it got your attention, didn't it?
It sure did.
Capes, coats, and jackets. Yeah. So that's how I have it, I think, in my store too.
You're right. Coats and jackets. Cape.
Yeah. And right now I have the most amazing cape of all. I'll have to share it with you later. It's actually a cloak.
Cool.
So, and just repeat that process with, go ahead, add in your new board for your subcategories of your store. And then I don't write a book. I just put in.
So do I do it in here or do I go back out and make a new board?
That'd be a new board.
All right.
So I don't do the subcategories because I don't think they're as easily visible.
Okay. So I got to go back here, do this, create a board, and we'll do,
so you've done cassettes and you already have tiki mugs.
Yep, so CDs.
And with your extension, as extensive as your CD inventory is, you could even make individual boards by genre if you chose to do that.
Gotcha.
I only have 2 CDs, so mine still just stays with CDs. See, I think I still have CDs and cassettes together.
Oh my gosh, those have to be separate.
Well, Jason, I only have like this many.
All right, so there we go. I got my CD one done.
Ooh, Queen, I was just listening to them. Okay.
All right. So what is next? Now, how do I guess what next will be pinning to the board, right?
We need to pin to the board. So why don't you open up one of your eBay listings?
Okay.
Okay.
Ta-da! Look at that.
Ta-da!
There you go.
Now, you can do it. You're going to see it if you're revising or not revising. If you're listing a new item, that last thing that pops up is your listing is now live. And those icons are right there. Hit that Pinterest and put it right into your eBay store board.
So
put it right into your Tiki Pug music board.
So I should revise this like we're working on it, right?
You could, but you don't have to. And here's why. Because if you scroll, show me the top of your page. See that over here? I'm pointing like you can see where I'm pointing. On the right hand side. Yeah, right over there. Yep. You can click that right there.
Okay, so I gotta switch how we're screen sharing so you can see it all happen. So
okay.
Pause for a quick sec. So share screen.
You're looking in the upper right corner of your screen.
There we go. All right, so let's try this again. I think you should see the pop-up now, I think. Yep. Ta-da. All right, so there are my top choices. And obviously this is a cassette.
Nope. I want you to put it in Tiki Pug music.
Oh, sorry.
Why, and I'll explain why.
Okay. So
because if this were a brand new listing, I send everything to my eBay store Pinterest board.
Okay.
First. Then later in the week, usually on Sunday mornings, if I'm being lazy and just having some coffee in bed, I will flip open my eBay Pinterest board and I will click and share all of those things, repin those things into boards by category from my store. So any jewelry that I listed will go to the jewelry boards, but I'm not pinning them from eBay. I'm pinning them from within Pinterest. Because just like eBay likes to have some activity, you need some activity in your Pinterest account too.
Gotcha. All right. So when I go in there, so from here, I see it. There it is. There's the cassette. But when I go in here, I don't see it.
Do you have, try it again, please.
There it is.
Okay.
A quick refresh usually fixes a lot of things.
We need to edit right now.
Oh, there it is. Easy peasy.
Okay. So then later in the week, let's say we're fast forwarding to the end to whenever you're going to do it. Now, hover your mouse over the cassette. All right. Click the word save. Now you can put it in cassette tapes.
Oh.
So see, now you have it two places and it's popped up in your feed twice. I don't like to put it to both boards immediately because that's just going to show double posting to the people in your feed, and that's spammy and that's obnoxious.
Yeah,
So
I have
don't do
a
that.
friend who, we all belong to Facebook groups that are the things that we enjoy. Of course, I belong to many tiki groups, and my friend is an artist in the community. And when she posts some new product, she posts in every tiki group at the same time. So I look at my feed on Facebook, it's the same post. And I've talked to her and I said, look, if you post this tiki group, like say at like noon, and then this tiki group say at like 6 p.m. and then the next one at like 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, it's going to be in your followers' feeds on a constant flow and not all in one group, and then you're done.
Yeah.
And she goes, who got time for that? I go, but I'm just trying to tell you, that's if you want to sell products, it'd be way more advantageous for you to do it that way. And so same thing with this Pinterest here. Don't put it in both places right at once.
Yeah. And the more that you're out there, the more activity you have, you'll start gaining followers. I don't actively seek followers. I will follow boards that have a lot of followers. There are some with tens of thousands, crazy. But I'm not in it for the followers. I'm just in it to get my stuff out there because I'm still a believer in that people just search for what they're looking for. I wanted to see steampunk wedding gowns. That's what I brought up in my search. I didn't like seek out a board or anything.
Gotcha. All right. So we see how to do it here on the computer. What's our next thing to do?
I did not use a large enough font for my notes. 1 second.
All righty. I always have a magnifying glass light on your desk.
Okay, we're going to skip the phone. We're going to hold on the phone for just a minute because I want you to do some real-time sharing from today's social media share thread within the Thrifting Board.
All right, let me take this off screen for a quick second so I can make sure I'm not. All right, so here's today's. The only bummer with sharing Facebook stuff is when people start messaging you, it all pops up in the way in the middle.
Yeah.
All right, so here's today's. So if you've not done our social media sharing in the Facebook group, in the Thrifting Board Facebook group, here it is. Usually it has a theme. We've found out that it is way more fun to have themes because some groups just like share. But it makes people think about it, makes people look around, makes people think outside the normal box. So if we're sharing just things associated with James Bond, you can't just throw up these scissors, unless, of course, these are the exact scissors he stabbed someone with in one of the movies.
And but, we try to keep them broad enough to include a lot of things, but keep it fun. Instead of, we could only do so many. What national day is it? It's National Margarita Day. We ran through those the first year, so we've gotten a little more creative.
But then today on Sunday, it's no theme.
Weekends are free. And if you're a member of the Thrifting Board, we have we've expanded it even with it. We have a daily theme in the daytime. And then at 9 p.m. Eastern, there will be an evening share thread, and those are always free. We just ask that you not share whatever it was you shared this morning.
All right.
So you can get 4 of your items out there in front of other people every single day.
So today is free. So I just want to share 2 of the items in my store that are fun or whatever.
Yeah. You should totally share my stuff. I actually only shared one thing today, and it wasn't even my own. It was Russ's.
All right. So on the share thread, I just got to go grab 2 links to 2 of my eBay things, correct?
Yes. And here is my trick for this. Do one.
Okay.
Wait for somebody else to come in and share behind you, and then share a second one. Because we ask that everyone if you share one, you pin 2 for other people. for 2 other people.
Okay.
If you share 2, then you pin 4. And we ask that you share the one directly above you, and then anything else can be your choosing.
Okay.
If you put in 2 together, you're above your own. So I always want somebody else underneath me.
I like it.
So that they can, I'm making sure that I'm demanding to get my shares.
So should I share my ZZ Top cassette?
If you want to.
All right. So I'm gonna
Just
highlight the
Yep.
address bar. On an Apple computer, I can just Command C it, or you can right click and copy.
Mhm.
And then come over back to the Thrifting Board share and then pop it in. So now I have shared my ZZ Top cassette.
Mhm.
Kim,
Now you need to share for Elizabeth and then one other person, probably me, within the thread. So go ahead and click. I need you to do a right click on her link.
Oops, sorry.
Are you there? No, you're good. You made it there.
Okay. But I could just copy the link.
I always say right click and open it in a new tab, because I can just go up and I can hit 3 or 4 people. I never just share 2. I share for multiple people in the thread. So every time you just do a right click, open a new tab, then you have them all open across your screen.
All right. So here is
No, we're not here to critique anybody's listing.
no. So but here's Elizabeth's a link of Star Wars books.
Okay.
So now I'm going to go up to the address bar and copy it.
Why?
And now what do I do?
Why did you have to copy that?
Oh, I don't know. Never mind. And edit.
Okay. And from here, you're going to share. Let me see. She has are those comic books or books?
I think they're paperback books.
Okay. Do you have a board for that?
For paperback books? Not yet.
Or anything Star Wars related?
Yeah, we haven't created a Star Wars board yet. So let me go.
Okay, okay, wait. You don't have to. All right. If you take your mouse, scroll over the cover photo. There's 2 ways to pin. Because you have that Chrome extension, scroll over to in the upper left-hand corner.
Of what?
Of the cover photo. You should see the little letter P pop up at some point. You know, it may be because you have to restart your computer after you've added that Chrome extension.
Could be.
Okay, so just go back up to the upper right-hand corner and grab that letter P up there.
Okay. Let me get.
No, not that one. It should be right there on the eBay screen. Up. There it is. Yep.
All right, so right there.
Mm-hmm. Now,
ooh,
you don't have one, so you're going to zip. There you go. Zippity-doo-dah, Star Wars. And then you can come back at a later time and edit your description on this so we can keep moving. You'll just put in like sci-fi, you know, and I shouldn't, but I have Star Wars. I may have separated them now, but I did have Star Wars and Star Trek together.
What?
But I also,
get out.
I just wanted. I have since corrected it, and I'm understanding it more now because we got all those He-Man toys in. There are other things besides He-Man. They should not have even been allowed in the same box.
All right, so
okay.
So it looks as if I've done this correctly. So let's pop back over to my.
If you just at the top, Jason.
Yeah.
Go back up a little higher.
Yep.
Just click on pins, and it'll show you what you've recently pinned. See Jason
Right
Smith.
here?
Nope, in the middle of the screen there. See your name?
Right there. Got it.
Yeah.
Ta-da.
It'll show you what you've pinned. There you go. I'm
Cool.
glad you didn't have anything really embarrassing down below. That would have been funny.
All right. So now I have shared. Now, do I have to go back and say, hey, I shared your item?
You don't want to comment on the link. You just click the word like.
Okay.
Give her a thumbs up. That means I've seen your thing and I've shared it to my boards.
All right. Now then I just scroll up and pick anyone else's to share, correct?
Yeah. Anybody else?
And you want me to find you? Is that what you're telling
You
me?
don't have to.
Oh,
It would be nice. I think it's a purple dinosaur.
Like Barney or different?
Different. This one's worth about $100.
Woo. While I'm looking, I saw.
You may not find it. It's in there, I swear.
I'll find it. While I'm looking, I saw Nirvana in concert on Halloween night, and Kurt came out in a full Barney costume with head and sang the first 3 songs without taking the head off.
Oh, that's terrible.
But
in so many ways.
Because no one else ever, one set of people saw that concert with him as Barney, and it was pretty unique. All right.
Hey, Jason, if you just want to tag grab one of these other ones.
No. I'm finding it. Hold on. Man, purple dinosaur's got to stand out, right?
Yeah. And I'm glad it's good. You know what? It should stand up, but it's kind of a dark photo. There it is.
Ta-da!
Yeah.
All right. So right click, open a new tab.
Mm-hmm.
And ooh, that's pretty cool.
Isn't that awesome? That little head thing stores in his belly. Yeah, these are Russ's. Yeah, isn't that cool?
Very cool. Okay, so I click on my little Pinterest P.
Yep.
And
create a board for vintage toys.
Yeah, I was gonna say vintage toys.
Unless you're, like in my case, I created a Masters of the Universe board this week because we have a lot. We have the entire collection. And honestly, these really don't even need to be shared because they have so many views and so many watchers. Right. It's insane.
But it shows you, share who's ever right above you, and then share what you like, share your friend stuff, whatever, Just pick something or just pick something at random.
And I kind of keep my boards. I keep some boards that are kind of generic. I do one just china, one pottery, one art glass, one linens, blankets, that kind of thing. I'm not going to put one down for a specific type of Pyrex. I'm not, I'm like, that's for the kitchen and dishes, that kind of thing. Because I don't list a lot of those things, so I don't need separate boards for those stuffs. All right, cool.
So that seems pretty easy.
Yeah, and I will do seasonal boards, like spring fashion 2020 or Christmas 2020. Those are keywords people are looking for. So if I put that on my board, people that are looking for what's in fashion, if I'm following the trends from Pinterest or other places, I know what I need to pin on that board. Things that are a certain color, a certain pattern. This is what they're looking for. I just normally have the vintage version of whatever's in fashion. So I follow that way. And people will ask, how do I clean up my boards? Boards like that, I just delete them. and honestly, I'm that lazy that I have like probably 300 Pinterest boards. I will go through and just delete the board, create another one of the same name and start fresh. Because when you're on eBay, if your item relists and it has a different URL, your link is no longer going to work. And I don't keep track of what relisted on what day, or if I did a stop and sell, not a relist, but a sell similar. I just go and delete. Just wipe out the whole board, create it again, and move on with my life. I've never had anyone message me that their life was ruined because I deleted the board.
Go.
I live for your pins.
All right, let's do a little music trivia before we move on to the next stop here. Who's the lead singer of Oingo Boingo?
It's the girl.
No, it's not.
Damn.
Not even close. That'd be no.
Hey, you want to hear the funniest stupid thing I've done in my lifetime this week?
Thought that the lead singer of Oingo Boingo was a girl. There's something worse.
Dude, are you ready for this? I'm glad you're sitting down. I did not realize that the Monkees was not a real band.
What? Oh, yeah.
I thought they were a band that they gave a TV show to.
Apparently, you've never heard Oingo Boingo if you think a girl leads things for them.
Maybe I'm thinking, you know I'm thinking of Bananarama.
Well, that's all girls.
I know.
Oingo Boingo, Dead Man's Party, Weird Science. Danny Elfman is the lead singer. He became an amazing scorer of movies, most famous Nightmare Before Christmas.
That's cool because we were doing the whole we did whole soundtrack, and Russ was playing soundtrack trivia with me all week.
I was gonna say if we faltered on Oingo Boingo, I'm gonna guess you don't know who the Bauhaus are.
Wait. Nope, you're right. I was thinking Dead Mouse 5.
You mean Dead Mouse? You mean so? Wait a minute.
Yes, you can't make fun, Jason.
Goth band with a white dude who DJs in 2020. All right, cool.
No, I have heard Bauhaus, and I think maybe you've mentioned it before. But if someone said, "What is this?" I would probably say
ask you who they turned into because they broke up and they turned into two different things.
Oh, I don't know. I would have said that's Ceiling Tile Company. I don't know.
So they broke up, and the lead singer became just solo. His name's Peter Murphy, and the other guys created Love and Rockets.
Okay.
So there you go. There's your little dumb music trivia for the day. But let's get back to
you want me on your trivia team from now on, don't you?
No, we'll pass. But don't call us. We'll call you. All right. What's next?
Okay, where were we?
Well, we just pinned yours, so that's where we were.
Okay, so we created vintage toys. Okay, so you're getting the hang of it. You just go back, and of course, I'm going to know that you shared mine because I'm watching. But always make sure that you click the like. And sometimes within this share thread, there's always going to be issues with Facebook. Sometimes things aren't reloading on the same schedule as everybody else. I've gone in, and it will look like what it does now, and I will put mine on the bottom. And when I refresh my screen, it looks like I'm like 7 people up, and I'm like, it looks like nobody's going to be able to share me, but they actually do. And when I go back to my screen later, well, there I am in the order that I thought I was.
Yeah, it's a weird little.
It's just a weird refresh thing. Don't like your own, you weirdo.
It wasn't.
You were gonna.
No.
You're like, I really like that cassette. I'm gonna like it. And people will come in behind you, and you will share again. And you can always go up to the top, click in the upper right hand corner, and turn off notifications, because once you've commented, you know what's going to happen. You're going to get notifications all day. This is usually how I know it's 9 o'clock in the morning, is when the thread goes live. And usually Sherry Mitchell is the first one in there, and I hear ding, 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 ding that people are starting to post.
All right, so this is all fine and dandy on the computer. Can you do this on the phone too? You
can do it on your phone. And Jason has an Apple phone, or an iPhone, sorry. So I'm so techie, and I'm an Android girl. So we're going to do a live screen share with Jason's, and then I did some screenshots that you can refer back to that just walks you through the steps, where to click and what you'll see and what to do. All
right, so let me get
it's a little sticky to do it from my phone. And there are days that the Pinterest app does not want to cooperate. And sometimes it's, you just got to keep your apps up to date and hope for the best. So I don't share from my phone. That email kills me. I don't share from my phone that much, but I did this morning just to make sure that it was working today.
All right. So do I go to
Do you have the Pinterest app on your phone?
Yes, I do.
Okay. You're going to do the same thing from your phone. I was just going to show the how to share another person's link.
Okay. So you want to do your screenshots first?
Yeah, we can do mine first, and then you can try it on yours.
All right, cool. So let me switch over to those first. So
okay.
There we go.
Okay, this is Janet Truhoft. Her listing for some Noritake China dishware that was in the link in the thread the other day. So you just click on her link and obviously give it a like. And that's gonna, and this is, I'm doing it on my phone, right? So I've clicked that little blue link. It's gonna pop up and look like this. And they're gonna prompt you at the top where it says faster, easier eBay. Open it or view it in the app. Do not open the eBay app.
Do not.
Nope. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. So go to the next screen. You're going to scroll, and you're going to have to scroll all the way. And just when you think the ending is, you're at the end, it's not. It's down further. Because there's going to be a place where you can buy it, and then you go down about 4 more inches, and there's the share button. So go ahead and click that share button right there and go on to the next slide. And then this little screen is going to pop up. And here you can share it to different platforms. You could put it on Tumblr or Twitter. Google Plus that's not even a thing anymore, but it's still on there. So go ahead and you would click the Pinterest.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's still on there. And then when you're sharing from your phone, it doesn't pop up all of your screen, all of your Pinterest boards. So you will have to scroll, and they are alphabetical.
Okay.
So sometimes it's just you just spin that wheel like you're on the Wheel of Fortune. And then I took it down to, see, this is where I said I was getting cutesy with some of my titles, Jason. Let's dish. Modern and vintage China.
Look at you.
Let's dish. Yeah. And then I was like, people, nobody appreciates my humor in person, much less on the internet. So I'm just going to, but that's what it is. And then I just clicked there and I was done. And then I go back and I just make sure I click a like. And honestly, I click like and pin, like and pin, like and pin.
All right, so let's try it on my phone.
Okay.
All right, so let me switch out from your awesome little how-tos. Oops. And we'll go back to my phone. Now I've already gone into
The thrifting board
today.
Good.
Okay. And let me find something. Let me find something fun.
There's a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah, that was fun, but that's just so like, of course, Jason would share a Hawaiian shirt. Now watch, I'll go down the rabbit hole. Oh, there we go. Ooh, Easter Bunny. All right.
Prince frogs. It doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah, I'll try to find something that I already had a board for too. There we go. Jane Mansfield. I like that. All right. So let me follow along.
Ooh, that's a VHS too.
Yeah. Click the link.
And I've never seen this before, so I'm assuming it's going to look similar to mine, but I don't know. Because according to y'all, your iPhones are better than our Androids. So see how far you have to go to. You went too far.
Yeah. So
there it
share.
is. Yep.
So share. Pinterest.
Yeah. And there's your boards. And so it looks like it's exactly the same.
Yeah. All right. So let's create a board.
Okay.
And we'll call it VHS tapes or twads. I can't spell. All right, there it is. Ta-da. Okay. And then I go back on my phone and give him a little thumbs up. So because I shared it.
Yep. And then people are going to be like, why is Jason commenting on my stuff? Because they're not used to you being in that board.
Yeah.
And there are some lifeguards that don't participate because, sometimes we want to keep our privacy. So, like, I don't want you digging in my store. I'm an open book. I don't care.
Open books. Oh my. So I tell people all the time, like, I've had a kick-ass end of November, December, January, and now February, and all the things I'm selling, there ain't nothing that I've not taught. So
as I'm doing my inventory, I'm seeing listings that I should be absolutely ashamed of myself. And I was like, well, you know what? Everybody's had access to see my store. Friends, you could have all said, hey, what were you thinking? That title sucked.
Oh yeah, I have two.
Oh gosh, some of them are bad.
Two artsy craftsy things that someone said, yeah, that's not what you say it is. Of course, it was probably not what an assistant said it was, but all comes back to me. It's my ID, so we got to make sure my stuff is accurate.
Yeah, I have a Pinterest board called Artsy Fartsy.
So this seems pretty easy.
It is pretty easy, and it's a quick way to get your stuff out there. Pinterest is the simplest. You don't have to engage. You don't have to worry about hashtagity da da da. Twitter is intimidating, and I don't necessarily know that every single one of my listings needs to go on Twitter. I don't like being overwhelmed with posts like mine when I'm on Twitter. So I try to mix it up a little on Twitter and have other social commentary. But it's just Pinterest is, I have been on Pinterest since way back when you had to have an invitation. I think I was on I was on Facebook for about 2 weeks, and then I discovered Pinterest because someone said, would you like an invite to Pinterest? And I'm like, yes, what is this? And I lost about 2 weeks of my life pinning things. But it's just a really fun one, and you can apply it to a million different things. I mean, we've planned weddings. Your Christmas shopping list can be on there. I have taken Jason's Tiki webinar, and when he shares things, I find it and I share it, and I have it in a secret board. So for like the erotica music, all those albums, I have those on a secret Tiki board that
Exotica?
I can. Yeah.
You said erotic.
No, I said exotica. Play it back. I said exotica.
You know where your mind is.
I'm hanky panky vintage. It wouldn't be an
true. Yeah. Apropos.
Yeah. So it's where was I? Oh, so I have those things on my Pinterest, so that I can refresh myself so that I can see what the covers look like or just refresh the names in my head. Um, there's something else, Jason, you could be doing. You could be sharing your YouTube. You could have a board for your YouTube channels
Ah,
because if you open up on YouTube, there's that little arrow, and I actually have done that. I have a board for certain like Poshmark resellers. Like there's some that I do like pro tips and I don't know if you have, I think you may have a separate board entirely. But yeah, you can share your weekly things. So make sure when you're putting your title together on your YouTube, thank you, on your YouTube shows, in your headline that make sure you include the date and the time, like or have it somewhere in there so that it pops up when it pins. And I found YouTube channels through Pinterest. I found Twitter accounts through YouTube. I found, just everything is all kind of connected, and it's not always all the same content. So it's kind of a fun zippity do. And if you're a YouTuber, it's a way to grow your channel, because you're putting your name out there in front of a whole new crowd of people that haven't seen it before.
Yep.
Like, and I don't worry too much about followers. I have enough, and we have our local meetup group, and we have kind of taken the idea from the Thrifting Board, and we have a weekly social media thread as well. But since we're a smaller group, you can share 5 items per day. And we just say play fair, share back, and we all share to a community board. Like you were going to add your assistant to a board.
Yeah.
I've added all of us into one board that's under my account. And since I did that, my monthly views went from like 20,000 monthly views on any of my boards per month to like 140,000 at one point. So,
That's
and
awesome.
I know I'm small potatoes compared to some of the other big time, there's some YouTubers out there that they have, or Facebook group havers. There's one, I don't even know where I found her, but I joined one of her boards, so I can pin my stuff over there too.
Wow.
And
That's cool.
if there's boards that I know that have like 80,000 pins on it, I'll throw mine out there because they have tons of followers, and that's where I want my stuff. I think I found her because we were on a share team within Etsy.
Okay.
And the Junkyard Blonde, I think is who it is, and I shared her board that she's created with like 800 other pinners. So and it's cool because sometimes you'll get somebody to say, I found this on Pinterest, or I saw it in another social media. I saw this on your Instagram. So you never know what you're putting out there. You just got to do it as easy as you can. And Pinterest is the easiest.
So the whole goal obviously is to sell my stuff, help my fellow surfers in the Thrifting Board sell their stuff. So I've pinned this Jane Mansfield video to my VHS board. If and when it sells, is that now just a dead link in my board? Is that good? Is that bad?
It's a dead link. There's different opinions. I do so much. I don't worry about deleting the dead links.
Okay.
My first concern is to go delete it off my other platforms. I'm worried about not double selling it. So I don't care about the Pinterest pin. I kind of leave it out there because I'm like, look at the cool thing that I had that you missed. Let me draw you in to my cake, the coasted jackets. Let me draw you in to see what else cool stuff I have. Well, that one's dead, but what else do they have? So now once they've clicked on it, it might be a dead link, but they're in your store.
Gotcha. All right.
It's not an actual bait and switch because you weren't offering them anything. You were just saying, I had this thing.
Yeah. Hey, I belong to a service here in Vegas that gives us free tickets, and they have a section shows you've missed. So I always look, because sometimes I'm out of town. Of course, I couldn't go to a show. Oh man, there was free tickets for Don Henley, and I missed it. Crud. Yeah. But same kind of deal. I'm like, oh, I got to pay more attention because I don't want to miss out on the next round of free tickets to a cool band like that. So
yep.
I get it. All right. Well, this has been very informative. It shows you it is very easy. You will see me in the Pinterest share threads daily.
Search Bowie Rocks within the group.
Yep. Bowie Rocks. And I hope to get something sold very quickly that I have put in the Pinterest share, and they'll be like, oh, this worked.
Yeah. That's the fun part when someone's like, oh my God, it already sold. And we see it a lot within our our meetup group that I might not share on Monday, or I might not go in and share everybody's stuff on Monday. I go in on Tuesday and I'm like, Pam and Mike have already sold 3 of the things that they listed on Monday. I'm like, well, all right then. Good for you. It works. And you got to be selling what people want to buy.
Yeah, that too. You know, that goes to anything. It's so crazy that people are like, well, my stuff ain't selling. You got the right stuff,
or you got to write the right listings.
Yeah. So that's all part of it, to make sure you have good stuff that people want to buy. And I'm waiting for someone to share after me that I can share. No one has shared after me yet. Come on, Angela, make me share.
I'm trying to find it. Hang on.
You know, because once you do something, you're like, okay, I want to see.
I want to play.
Yeah. It's like I stepped up to bat, and there's no pitcher right this second.
Okay, I only shared one thing today, so I'm going to go in.
Aw.
And I will do it.
Oh, you're so sweet.
How the heck? I should have had my eBay store open, huh?
All right, so Angela's around, Christine's around, I'm around. So if you got any questions, we'll pop. Obviously, you have just watched this video either through my YouTube or in the Thrifting Board. And so if you got a question afterwards, feel free to drop a note down below and we'll get them answered, or feel free to ask on the post in the Thrifting Board. And again, we'll be happy, one of us, to get you the answer.
Absolutely. Okay, now that I'm back, I have clicked it and I am now sharing.
I got my little thumbs up.
All right, you got your thumbs up.
I got a little thumbs up right there.
And there's, and I have some other fun boards too that were like, I was an 80s girl. So sometimes, I put everybody's stuff on, I'll put other people's stuff on my boards. I'm not worried about that. Oh, I know what this one's called. Music to my ears.
That was your board?
Yeah. And the reason I did that was because I used the number 2. This is how nerdy and lazy I get, because maybe it's lazy, maybe it's time saving. I like to things that I can do with my left hand because I'm right-handed. So my right hand's on the mouse and I'm over here clicking, opening up new tabs. And then I could just search my Pinterest board with the number 2, like music to my ears. That board popped right to the top, boom, and I'm done. If I wanted to, I could go through today's entire share thread and have everybody shared in a couple of minutes. I'm not going to do that. But just so everybody knows, at the end of the day, when I go in the next morning and start shutting down the comments from the previous days, I will, I'll share the bottom ones. And sometimes because I'm doing it from my phone, the likes don't always stick. But the ones at the bottom that didn't get any shares, I will share them. So don't worry if you're the last one coming in on that thread. We're taking care of you.
Very cool. All right. So I added my second one in. And I'm sharing the one that you just popped in. And, and then done. And then I come back here and say, I shared it.
Ta-da! Good job.
Easy peasy. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for watching this. Like I said, any questions we'll be happy to answer.
Yep. Just tag us in the thread or send me a private message. I may not always see it though. So just tag me in the thread if you have a question. We ask that you don't have comments on the thread, but to contact one of us, that's fine.
There we go. I want to give you a little love for taking time out to do this for everybody.
Not a problem.
Oh, look at this one. Look at that. See the little fun you can have on.
That's so cool.
On my channel. All right, everybody. Thank you very much. Have a good day, and we'll see you on Pinterest and in the Thrifting Board.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.